Okay, guys, so this is the continuation of the intro to the Cisco DNA Centers. I would like to read a few pages in regard to the DNA Center as a network management platform. When we start to administer the network infrastructure, when we start to administer the network infrastructure, the routers, like the routers and the switches, we will mainly do this from the CLI, and the CLI is the command line interface. But Cisco has, within the past 3 years or so, have an amazing graphical interface. And this is the interface, graphical interface of the Cisco DNA Center. And this is the topology. So it says the GUI mechanisms are relatively intuitive with the ability to click into additional or less detail. Figure 1717 shows little more detail after hovering over and clicking on one of the nodes in the topology from 1716. Typical actions and results in many management products. So Cisco within the past 3 years or so have an amazing graphical interface that allows us to do a majority of our own administration, especially in a large environments. So yes, DNA Center is single interface to allow us to administer our network. So let's discuss the features. The first feature is design. The second feature is policy. The third feature is provision. The fourth feature is assurance. And the fifth feature is platform. So with design, we can use it as a design platform. So we will go to the web page provided by the Wendell Odom, and that's going to be http developer.cisco.com, or it's another web page. You can go to Cisco DevNet Sandbox, and that's in Cisco as well. And basically, one thing about the exam, they're going to want us to configure, to know exactly what to configure as far as on the DNA network management platform. Like it states right here, it states right here, it says, note that the exam topic does not identify which traditional management product. In fact, Cisco tends to shy away from product details in most of its career certifications. So to think through this exam topic, you need to think in general about network management products, but it also helps to think about specific products, but temper that by focusing on the more prominent features and major functions. So you can also go to Cisco Prime Infrastructure, located at www.cisco.com/go/prime infrastructure as an example of a traditional enterprise network management product. For many years, Cisco Prime Infrastructure has been Cisco's primary network management product for the enterprise. It includes the following features as well. Single pane of glass provides the GUI from which to launch all PI functions. PI is primary infrastructure and features. Discovery, inventory, and topology. Excuse me. Discovers network devices, builds an inventory, and arranges them in topology map. Entire enterprise provides support for traditional enterprise, LAN, WAN, and data center management functions. Methods and protocols uses SNMP, SSH, and Telnet, as well as CDP and LLDP to discover and learn information about the devices in the network. Life cycle management support different tasks to install application visibility, simplifies quality of service, QoS, configuration, deployment to each device, converged wired and wireless, enables you to manage both the wired and the wireless LAN from the same management. So also on here, I got a few extras that we can go over, like I discussed earlier. Cisco Center features to discuss also is design, policy, provision, assurance, and platform. Now, one thing about the policy is it also allows us to practice the configurations from that graphical interface, this graphical interface right here. And you could go to the practice website that I gave you. And we can do security policies. We could do QoS, quality of service policies. A lot can be done by that one little drop down from the DNA Center. This is the DNA Center. And with provisioning, we can do configurations on a router before I even receive it. For example, say I'm at the headquarters, okay, and let's just say for practice, say I am a network manager, okay, and I'm going to be sending this router out to a sales office into some other state. But the thing is that there's no one at this office that knows about CCNA expertise because it's a sales office. So that may not be, there may not be anyone in that office that's CCNA savvy, right? So they are sales. And what we can do is to set up ahead of time. So this is the awesome thing about provisioning. So what we will have Cisco do is ship the item, ship the equipment to them, and have them just plug it in to power and plug it into the Ethernet switch and get into the network from Cisco, right? So basically, when that router boots up, it's going to go out and request a configuration file from Cisco that we have already created, and it's going to download its own configurations. So that's pretty awesome the way that provisioning actually works. And the next feature is assurance. And with the insurance, it deals with monitoring and troubleshooting. So it's basically it's a dynamic. It's very proactive, and it will tell us, um, it will warn us of any. It will give us like a advanced warning. Gives us an advanced warning if something is not good or to our advantage, and it also gives us remediation. So basically, it just doesn't tell us that something like the network is broke. It actually helps us in that the network actually has a lot of tact cases, which is what Cisco has done as far as a Cisco Technical Center. They created this. They created a Cisco Technical Center, which is a knowledge base of TAC cases to look for that are common and not so common, things that can harm our network, and recognize them and give us solutions to what can be done within that network. So that's pretty good. Okay, so okay, so this is the last one. The platform is the platform. It's like it's based on the intent configuring. It's based on what I want to prioritize and deprioritize um, intent through an application. So we can't really do that, but we can do that on that web page that I gave you, which is the Cisco Cisco DevNet Sandbox. Okay, so we can, well, more than likely I will go over a configuration example a little bit later, but I just want to give you the basics right now, and I didn't want to go over 15 minutes on this video. So basically we're going to go ahead and go to, let me see, we could go to, do I know this already? So this is chapter 17, Cisco Software Defined Access, SDNA. And as you can see, it says right here, Network Fundamentals, Controllers, Cisco DNA Center, and WLC. We're going over controllers, Cisco DNA Center. Do I know this already? And it's through 1 through 6. And what we did go over today was Cisco DNA Center interface, and 6 also DNA Center, as you can see right there, DNA Center. And I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go to the back of the book, to Appendix C, and go to Do I Know This Already, Chapter 17, 1 through 6, as you can see. And basically they have explanations back here, which is great. I really like that. Okay, so what we're going to start with is, which of the following protocols or tools could be used as part of the Cisco DNA Center southbound interface? Choose 3 answers. Answer is SSH, Net Configuration, SNMP. And then we go to the back of the book and it gives us explanations of why they are correct. So that was number 5, and the answer explanation is Cisco DNA Center manages traditional network devices with traditional protocols like Telnet, SSH, and SNP. DNA Center can also use net configuration and REST configuration if supported by the device. Note that while useful tools, Ansible and Puppet are not used by DNA Center. So they gave us a choice of Puppet and Ansible, but that's not what the CNA, the Cisco DNA Center interface does. Next question, which of the following are network management features performed by both traditional network management software as well as by DNA Center? Choose two answers. The answer is network device discovery, which is what we read, and device installation, day 0, configuration, day 1, and monitoring, day N. Operation. So that could be any day. Okay, so we go back in the back of the book, Appendix C, and the explanation for that will be traditional network management platforms can do a large number of functions related to managing traditional networks and network devices, including the items listed in two correct answers. However, when using Cisco's Prime infrastructure as a traditional network management platform for comparison, it does not support SDA configuration, nor does it find the end-to-end path between two endpoints and analyze the ACLs, access control list, in the path. Note that the two incorrect answers reference features available in DNA Center. So that's what we did read. Network device discovery, device installation, configuration, and monitoring operations. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And please continue on with learning the CCNA 200-301. We did go over 15 minutes a little bit, but it's all right. It's really all good because we're learning here and we got time. So this is day 8 of 365. I wish you well.